Gear is a crucial element of power transmission. We find the gears from clocks to aeroplanes. Yes, in today's video I'll be talking about different types of gears with their advantages, disadvantages and applications. So let's begin. First is spur gear. The teeth of spur gear are parallel to axis of gear. This gear pair is used to transmit the power and motion between two parallel shafts. We have discussed this gear pair in sliding mesh gearbox. If you want to watch that video, I will put the link in the cards. Okay, now let us talk about the gear ratio. Gear ratio is nothing but it is the ratio of number of teeth on driven gear to number of teeth on driver gear. Generally, the gear ratio of spur gear is 1:1 to 6:1. Well, advantages of spur gear. Spur gear is simple in construction. It is easy to manufacture. It has low cost. It has excellent precision rating. Disadvantages: we can transmit power between two shafts where the center distance is limited. If center distance between two shafts is large, then we must go for belt drives. Spur gears produce lot of noise at high speed. As the teeth are perfectly straight, so it undergoes large amount of stress. Applications of spur gear. Spur gears are used in clocks and watches. In household applications like washing machine, spur gears are used to increase or decrease the torque. Spur gears are used in gear pumps to pressurize the fluids. And as we have discussed, it can be used in motorcycle gearboxes. Second is helical gear. The gear whose teeth are inclined to axis, then it is known as helical gear. These gears are used to transmit the power and motion between two parallel shafts. We have discussed this gear pair also. If you have not seen video of constant mesh gearbox, you can watch it. Link is in the cards. The gear ratio of helical gear is 1:1 to 6:1. Now let us see the advantages of helical gear. It has higher load carrying capacity. Helical gear operates smoother and quieter than spur gear. Wear and tear of helical gear is less. Due to constant meshing, velocity is constant at the output. Disadvantages: it is costlier than spur gears. The helix angle introduces axial thrust on shaft, so thrust bearings are required. There is power loss due to axial thrust and this thrust generates heat. Applications of helical gear. Helical gears are used in automobile gearboxes. These are used in fertilizer industry, printing industry, plastic industry and food industry. Third is herringbone gear. Herringbone gear is nothing but double helical gear. This gear pair is also used to transmit the power and motion between two parallel shafts. Herringbone gear has opposite helical teeth. Gear ratio of herringbone gear is 10:1. Advantages: two opposite axial force will nullify each other and the shaft is free from axial force. Due to double helical power, transmission capacity is high. Next point, disadvantages. Due to double helical, manufacturing cost is more than helical gears. Balancing of thrust force depends upon equal distribution of load on right and left part of gear. fourth is rack and pinion type gear. Rack is a segment of gear with infinite diameter. The teeth are spur or helical. That is, teeth are parallel or inclined to the axis of pinion. This gear pair is used to convert rotary motion of pinion into reciprocating motion of rack, or reciprocating motion of rack into rotary motion of pinion. Now let us talk about the advantages of rack and pinion. It is the easiest way to convert rotary motion into reciprocating motion, or vice versa. This gear pair is compact in size. It is robust in construction and it is cheaper. Disadvantages: noise in the operation. Rack and pinion always work with friction. Well, applications of rack and pinion gear. It is used in less carriage drive mechanism, where the rotary motion of handle is converted into reciprocating motion of carriage. It is used in drilling machine spindle movement. Same, rotary motion of handle gives upward and downward motion of spindle. The famous one application is steering system, and the last is stair lift. Fifth type is bevel gear. Bevel gears are used to transmit the power and motion between two intersecting shafts. By changing the gear profile, we can transmit power and motion between two shafts which are not exactly at 90 degrees. The gear ratio is 3:2 to 10:1. Okay, advantages of bevel gear. It can operate under high speeds and high loads. It is suitable for 1:1 velocity ratio at an angle. Disadvantages of bevel gear. It is complicated in design and manufacture. It requires more precision. Applications of bevel gear. The popular application is automobile differential. It is used in material handling equipments. It is used in food canning equipments. Bevel gears are used in food packaging equipment. Sixth and last type of gear is worm and worm wheel. This gear pair is consist of worm, which is similar to screw, and worm wheel. This gear pair is used to transmit the power and motion between non-parallel and non-intersecting shafts. The gear ratio of worm and worm wheel is 20:1. Advantages: it has higher reduction ratio from 8 to 400. This gear pair is compact in size. It has self-locking feature. There is no separating force between worm and worm wheel. Meshing is very effective. It can be used to reduce the speed. Disadvantages of worm and worm wheel. This gear pair produces heat at contact point. Efficiency of these gears is low. Manufacturing cost is more as compared with bevel gears. It has high power losses. Applications of worm and worm wheel. There is steering mechanism in automobiles. It is used in conveyors. Worm and worm wheel is used in presses. It is used in lifts. This is all about all types of gears. Now here is one interesting question for you. We have seen that helical gears are used to transmit the power and motion between two parallel shafts. If I make the gear arrangement like this, can we transmit the power and motion between non-parallel shafts? Let me know your answer in the comment section below. By just clicking the like button, you can boost our willpower. Please share this video on social platform and hit that bell icon by subscribing this channel to get notified about similar videos. Thank you so much.